Hello, everyone. Welcome to more Political Access. Today, let's take a look at a 2024 prediction with the matchup of Kamala Harris versus Ron DeSantis. It's a little bit far off. It's hard to predict some of these states. I don't think Harris is really a super strong candidate. Ron DeSantis is probably the Republicans' strongest candidate at this point. So let's go through each state. Safe margins are over 10 points. Likely is 5 to 10 points, lean under 5 points, and tilt would be under 1 point. So let's get right into this. Let's start with Alaska. That would be safe for DeSantis. Hawaii, that would be safe for Harris. Nothing to say about those. Let's go back up to the West Coast here. Washington, Oregon, and California. I think those would all still be safe for Harris. I don't think DeSantis would be able to do enough to get it under 10 points in any of those states. I think they would be closer than Trump and other Republicans, but not close enough. Okay, let's go back to Idaho. A lot of these are easy calls. Safe for DeSantis. Nevada, that would be a lean for DeSantis. I think he's probably able to flip that and hold it by at least a few points. Trump didn't do too bad in Nevada. DeSantis should do a few points better than that. Montana, Wyoming, Utah, safe for DeSantis. Arizona, that's going to be a lean for DeSantis. Arizona has trended toward the Democrats, but DeSantis probably has more appeal in the suburbs, as well as that core Trump base to be able to flip Arizona. Colorado, that is a lean for Harris. I think Republicans would make it close there, probably under 5 points, but I don't think they would have enough to do more than that. It's just gotten to be too blue of a state, and the Democrats, in this case Harris, would hold that by at least 3 or 4 points. New Mexico, that is a tilt for Kamala Harris. It's an interesting state. It's a tough one to predict. I think DeSantis would make it close. I still think Harris would hold on to it, but it would be very narrow, and it's possible it could flip. Okay, up to the Great Plains states here. North Dakota, South Dakota, safe for DeSantis. Nebraska at large would be safe for DeSantis. And in that second congressional district with Omaha, I think DeSantis would hold that by a tilt margin. I think he has the right kind of appeal to swing it back toward the right, probably just enough to carry that extra electoral vote. Kansas and Oklahoma, safe for DeSantis. Down in Texas, that would be a likely for DeSantis. Texas has trended toward the Democrats. I think DeSantis has enough appeal to get that close to a safe margin, but I still think it would be in single digits, probably 8 or 9 points. Let's go back up to Minnesota, another tricky state. Seems to always go blue at the presidential level, and in this case, I also have it at lean for Harris. Trump actually got kind of close to winning this state in 2016, but until I see the Republicans start actually winning some of these statewide races or getting much closer, I think the Democrats are going to be able to hold at the presidential level. Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, those 4 states, safe for the Republicans. Iowa, it could be under 10. It's a possibility, but I think DeSantis has the right qualities to keep that in double digits for the Republicans. Let's go up to Wisconsin. I think this would be a flip, a pickup, and a lean margin for DeSantis. Again, he would have some more appeal in the suburban areas, in the wild counties. He would also get a lot of support in the rural areas. Illinois, I still think, would be safe for Harris. Might not be a complete blowout, could be low double digits. Let's go up to Michigan. I think this is another state that would flip into a lean margin for DeSantis. It's going to be close, but I think DeSantis would be able to win that by at least a couple of points. Indiana would be safe for DeSantis. Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama, all obviously safe for DeSantis. Nothing to say about those states. Let's go over to Florida, DeSantis' home state. I think he would win that, and I think it would be by a likely margin, somewhere between 5 and 10 points. It's Florida. It's not going to be a blowout, even if it is DeSantis. He is polarizing, but I could see him winning that by 5 to 7 points. Let's go up to Georgia. I think that could be another one of those states where DeSantis does a few points better than Donald Trump and is able to carry it by a lean margin. South Carolina would be safe for DeSantis. North Carolina, that would be likely for DeSantis. Probably only 5 to 6 points, but I think it would be enough to put it into the likely column. Let's go up to Ohio, and that would be likely for the Republicans. Yeah, the state is trending red. I can't say for sure it wouldn't be in double digits. I think likely is a safe characterization. It should be high single digits with DeSantis. West Virginia, that's easy. Deep red, safe for DeSantis. Let's jump up here to Maine. In the 2nd district, I have DeSantis winning that by a likely margin. I don't think that's too much of a stretch for him to pull that out by over 5 points. It's possible it even could be a safe margin. The 1st district would stay safe for Harris. At large, I still have Harris winning the state by a lean margin. It could be really close, but I still think it would probably be about 4 or 5 points for Harris. New Hampshire I have at a lean for DeSantis. It's a similar story where I think he has enough appeal to be able to peel off a few percentage points from almost any Democrat. In this case, he would win New Hampshire by 2, 3, maybe 4 points. Vermont, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, all safe for Kamala Harris. New Jersey, I have that borderline safe for Harris. I could see that getting down to 9 or even 8 points, but just to be safe, I'm going to put it at a 10-point safe margin for Harris. And then Delaware, Maryland, safe for Kamala Harris. D.C. would also be safe for Harris. Let's not forget about Pennsylvania. I think that would be a lean for DeSantis. Similar reasons as other states, he would do a little bit better, enough to be able to flip it. And finally, Virginia, the last state, I have that at lean for Kamala Harris. I think on a presidential level, Virginia is still too blue, even with the optimal Republican candidate. I still think Kamala Harris would win it by at least 3 points. So that is my map. That would be 317 electoral votes for Ron DeSantis, 221 for Kamala Harris. DeSantis is able to flip several states, most of the ones that were very close back in 2020. There's so many unknowns. It depends what the issues are, what the economy is like, what's going on at the time. But this is what I came up with. Do you agree with my map, or do you disagree with a ton of it? Let me know in the comments down below what you think. And if you enjoy this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.